Hi, this is a short video to explain how I set up this gig, they call it in Craigslist. But first, let me go through the steps. First, I have a Zoom account. Okay, it's a paid account, but I think it works also for free accounts since it's short calls. So I have this Zoom account, and in Zoom there's an app marketplace. It's very easy to find. And there's Calendly for Zoom. You can just turn it on basically. Okay, then I signed up for Calendly, and Calendly is very easy to put in place. I have a Microsoft 365 email address, so I just logged in with these credentials. It was immediate, and then there's a nice wizard. You go through this step and this step and this step. One of the steps, for example, is you say, okay, yes, I'm going to use Zoom, and then they say, well, your admin has to pre-approve, but they even give you the link for it, and everything is very fast. It's very simple to find things. You just follow the instructions here when setting things up. Then they have this sort of by default meeting, so I just turn it off, and then I created this new one, which is what I want to have, and I set up a relatively short handle here. Okay, so let's look at this event. Okay, so it's, as I showed before, I called it 25 to 30 minute survey on Zoom. So I put I linked them, so it's all automated. And when can people book the event? Okay, so I don't want them to book more than 5 days into the future, and it's 30 minutes based on my existing schedule that I set here, and it links automatically with my Microsoft 365 calendar. If you use Gmail and Google Calendar and so on, I'm pretty sure it does the same. So when people book in Calendly, it will check first if there's something, and then if it's available, it will log, in this case, half an hour. Okay, and directly into your calendar. Okay, and I just set these 2 hours per day for now. And I set some questions. So this is something that Dave Millman suggests in his workshops. So this is basic things, right? But then for the specific purpose of the market research I want to do, I have a few questions here. What kind of iPhone models? Even though actually in Craigslist I say looking for iPhone 12 or later owners, but still I see some people clicked 11, wrote iPhone XR and so on. So people don't necessarily read what's in the description. Okay, so it's good to double confirm. So if someone clicks on this, well, due to the limitations of this older model, I will have to turn them down. Okay, then to use a power bank, so if this is seldom never, well, that's not a very good fit. I'm not going to have a lot of good information about that. What do you like? How many hours do you get? Why don't you like? These are some good questions, and it really follows the first workshop that Dave Millman shot about how to talk to customers. Okay, and the other things here, but really nothing really special. Then in Craigslist, I picked Los Angeles because we are targeting people in urban areas. So it could be New York City, it could be Los Angeles for a tech product, and it's called a gig. So it's very easy to create a gig like this. No need for an image or anything. I just put it out there, and I get a bunch of respondents. They booked everything like within a couple of hours. So no need to make it much more attractive. Maybe this is a little bit too generous. 35, maybe 25 would have been enough, but that's fine. I prefer that rather than having to do extra work trying to find new people. So I was a bit on the safe side, overspent a little bit, and that's it. And then some people reached out to me because they can find my email address here. I think I opted to make it public. So some people reached out to say, hey, your Calendly is already full. Do you have some other times or what? And basically, yeah, that's it. When people click on the Calendly link here, then they go into this, and they have to click, and then they have to select a day and so on. Now this one, as I mentioned, is already all booked. I just opened 5 days in advance because I might want to do some iterations on the questions and so on. Just one thing about Craigslist, it only accepts credit cards in the US or Canada. Okay, so if you have a credit card from another country, from a bank account in another country, is not going to work. Then you need to find someone who has a USA or Canada credit card. And it took a few hours before this gig was reviewed and approved. Well, that's it. I hope this is useful if you want to do the same kind of survey.